Hello everyone, this is Krembo from Emotional Crypto Trading. Today we're going to run some technical analysis for Bitcoin, have some thoughts around important points, and give you some insights. Now, as you may know, we're not doing any sort of predictions, investment advices, or anything like that. We're just running technical analysis, share with you the details. From there, by the way you understand the language of the market, you will make your own decisions. Therefore, it's been a few months since we were not having Bitcoin moving against the alts, right? So the entire market, at least for 7-8 months, it was running in the same direction. Over the last few days, we did have this change in the space, which is pretty major in my opinion, by having BTC surviving against the selling pressure, while the alts are suffering because the money goes out of the alts into the BTC. Therefore, the BTC dominance is 46.6%, increasing constantly over the last days. Now, that's one good thing, as always and always, whenever a bull run starts, BTC price increases and then the alts picks up, right? Because the big money comes through Bitcoin doors. Those are the main doors of the industry. That's where the big money comes in, and from there it will fly into the altcoins. But first, and for the first time, as we had last year, 2017, we did have a huge price increase for the BTC up to $20,000. Alts were not going like that. They were pretty much suffering or just shaking around, moving sideways or something like that, right? And then after BTC increasing to 20K, after it, basically the market have started to fly into and diversify over the alts as well. This is what happened for the last time. This is what is about to be seen as soon as we're going to get supported. Attention, we need to get supported to break out of the $10,000 level. That's a major psychological barrier for us. If we get that, then Bitcoin will kind of keep building up like a snowball effect, and we're gonna have a great few months over the next time. So therefore, what we would have to expect is we're going to take a look at the technical side to see the points we would have to watch. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at the market cap, which is still very low. 1,664 cryptos calculated. Totally just brings out 285 billion market cap, extremely low. 24-hour volumes, nothing special, 15 billion. While 5.2 billion is covered by the BTC, which is about 33% covered up by the BTC, and then 1.6 billion by the Ethereum, and then crashing down to 200 million. Huge difference between, for example, we have the Bitcoin Cash, actually the third one. If we click on the volume here, we're gonna see the ranking from the volume perspective. 5.2, 2.9, 1.6. These are the first three guys, and then we have a huge difference. EOS, $663 million in volume, which is a big difference compared to the Bitcoin. Almost 10x right there. Going back to the dominance, something I wanted to share with you is we did have, this is the chart for the BTC dominance, which is sitting right now 46.6, increasing, as you can see, steadily from May 5th. From 36 to 46% increase means that the alts were not increasing in capital while the BTC was gaining. Some money went out of the alts, plus fresh funds came into the BTC, and that's the way it was going basically in the last weeks. Now, something that I wanted to share around 46-45% is we did have resistance right here at this peak, 45.50. the last resistance point for the BTC dominance. At this time, we're able to break out of it, currently 46.6, which is another green signal, should I say. Going towards what we're gonna do is we've got two charts, 1-day candlestick for the BTC paired up with a dollar, and then another one for 2-hour candlestick, way more focused on a very recent period. Now right here for the 1-day candlestick, something that's pretty interesting is we're touching the 128 moving average, right? So the moving average is the blue line, or green should I say, that's moving just like this right here. At this time it finds support, so the market pumps. Once again, when it's touching it exactly, the market finds support and it pumps. False breakout, which is happening over here. Another false breakout which happened once again very closely. Actually, we do have a reversed W pattern here on the 1-day candlestick. Then another false breakout which is not happening anymore, right? So that's pretty much confirmed as a resistance and it remains there. It's not a false breakout here, it's a confirmed resistance on the 128 moving average, which is a indicator you can introduce on your charts, right? So moving average 128, by the way you create this indicator right here, moving average, you just type it there, moving average right there, you click on it, and then all you have to do is click on the settings on the format. For the length, you just put in there 128 and you will have the ability to see the same thing like I'm seeing, which is kinda running exactly where we are right now. So it's touching the 128 moving average, which shares a lot. Now what we're looking after is to see if it's a false breakout, because eventually right now the breakout is happening. If this is going to become a false breakout, or it's going to be a confirmed resistance, which cannot happen anymore as we were able to break out of it. Therefore, the only thing that could be on the opposite side, and the second version, the second chance, is the confirmed breakout, which means for the market to continue, and once again when it's going to touch it, it's going to support us, right? That's the next big deal, 128 moving average to support us. Currently we're between the false breakout and a confirmed breakout. That's where we are. That's why the question mark's right there. Keep in mind, feel free to pay high attention on this, because it's going to help you a lot. Moving towards to the 2-hour candlestick chart, let's take a look at what we have here. $8,500 active resistance zone, which is something we're going to have if we break out of the $7,800 active resistance zone, which is happening just right here. That's the point we have to watch out, because we're also meeting with the resistance line of this ascending channel, right? We do have this ascending channel which is having its own resistance line, and that's also appearing very closely on the resistance zone of $7,800 right here. So it's kind of meeting up right there. Therefore, the pressure is even higher. We're also very close for a breakout of the 128, which is another difficult resistance because it has been confirmed 3 times to react as resistance to us, right? So it's even more difficult. This point right here is going to make a lot of difference for the next movements in the next months, as soon as you're not going to get supported if the market is going to find some reverse by the short-term structure support zone, which is happening right here. An important point that you would have to watch out in case the market is going to crash from here is this bubble right here, where the market is going to find a short-term structure support zone, as well the ascending channel support line, which is right here. Okay, so this is the current situation. These are the details we would have to look after. If we're not going to get supported by any of this, then the next target would be $6,900 line, which is continuing just like did, and we're going to have activity within this zone, right? Now, that's something you would have to consider. If you get failed to be supported from there, then of course we have the another horizontal at $5,800, which is happening around here. But I do believe, at least for the short term, we do get supported if we're going to touch the short-term structure, which is located around $7,200, $7,300, around this point. Once it finds activity, we must get supported. If it's not, we're going to get below that and find out the deal around the 6,900 point, right? So these are the details you would have to look after in the next days for the BTC, which is moving in the opposite direction like the market does. And that's something you would be able to see on CoinMarketCap. BTC is plus 3.36 in the last 24 hours, while the other guys out there, the other 10 guys out there, 9 guys totally speaking, are all running on minus. We're talking about the biggest 10 cryptocurrencies by the market cap as of right now. 9 of them on minus, 1 BTC running positively in the last 24 hours, which is definitely great. If the pattern of the explosion is going to hit above the current resistance line and we're going to touch the 8,500 resistance on the point I've been noting here to watch out, then that's another one we would have to pay high attention, as there's high chances of the BTC dominance to go above 50%. And at that time, alts are building up and building up for another explosion as well. At least it might be a short one for the short term, but an explosion should happen after the BTC reaches above 50% dominance, because the things are heating up, right? So this is what we have as of right now. Like I said, charts are during this phase where nobody knows, nobody can tell you if you're going parabolically from here or you're going to crash, because you're exactly at the border of a breakout or a false breakout or a crash down the way, or anything that would sound as failed, right? So that's where we are right now. An important video I've tried to lay out, probably a video that leaves you by, from now you would have to pay high attention on the next hours, next days, and of course at least 2 weeks from now, where things will probably get into the time where it would be clearly defined. I don't think we need 2 weeks to define these details. We might need probably a week to define if it's a confirmed breakout or a false breakout, and we get back and we continue to crash down the way. By the way, let's try to see if the trending line looks pretty much different. Well, take a look how the trending line does. This is some live technical analysis I just did. What I'm gonna do is just make it clearly. I'm gonna remove the moving averages and share with you how the trending line looks like. If I'm gonna start it from here and I'm just gonna continue like that, the way it's gonna look like, it's pretty simple, that currently we're touching the resistance line of our downtrending channel, right? So that's what it is. That's another important detail, something that I've been able to recognize right now while I made the video. So good to know, good to see. All these important things need to be kept under control, which means I'm suggesting you to set up alerts at $7,900, $8,200, $8,500. You have the alert button right here. Click on it, set up alerts. You have the ability to get an SMS, an email and SMS, whatever you would like, in order to get notified and be able to pay high attention in the market. But that's not the only place you should put your alerts. You do have the ability to put it down the way at $7,400. That needs to be considered, and then $7,000. If the market is going to be triggered by a crash, then you will get notified. By the way, we have a lot of long positions on the order book. We have so many long positions opened on the margin contracts, which is giving the space for people to get liquidated, which kind of help the whales to orchestrate a crash, which is not a bad detail for us, right? So that's why I said that big question mark is located right there as of right now. We need more data to see where we're going, at least for the short-term period. At least we do have the ability to touch this line at $10,000. It doesn't mean if we break out of here, we're going all-time high. No, that's not that easy. But you do have chances of touching $10,000 if you break out of $8,500. The next one is $10,000, which is not bad at all, considering the alts will have the ability even to go 2 or 3x, some of them considering their high volatility. while BTC increases 30, 40%, 25, some alts might go 200%, 300%. Realistically speaking, this could happen. Right, so not trying to make a long video, that's pretty much all about. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments area. Engage with any sort of detail you would like. There's freedom of speech right here on my channel, so share your opinions. We're going to engage in a quite nice conversation that should help us to get it straight to the point. There is a video I need to make about the World Cup prizes I have to share with you and the contest winners I have to announce. There's that video I need to create, which is going to happen in the next days. So therefore, feel free to subscribe on my YouTube channel to get the latest videos, and then next to the subscribe button you have that little bell. Feel free to click on it, therefore you're not going to miss any of my notification and videos. You're going to get a message from YouTube and Google whenever I'm posting a video. Right, so that's pretty much all about. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to make some helpful content. Once again, we're not sharing predictions. We're trying to share with you the language of the market, which should help you make your own decisions. Thank you once again, and talk to you soon.